and welcome back to Math with Sophia, a part of Sola Math. Find more math resources at solamath.com. In this video, we will be covering how to solve systems of equations using elimination. Here, we have our system of two equations. When we do elimination, we are canceling out one of the variables. So we want to figure out which variable we want to cancel out, either the x's or the y's. The easiest ones to cancel out are ones that have the same coefficient. So in this case, we have 2 and 2 for the x's. For the y's, we have a 3y and a negative 1y. So this one's straightforward. We can cancel out the x's. Now we have to decide if adding the two equations together or subtracting will cancel out the x's. If we want to cancel out 2x and 2x, we're going to have to subtract one equation from the other. 2x minus 2x will cancel out. That means we have to subtract the entire equation, not just the variables we want to cancel out. So we're going to be subtracting this equation from the top one. 2x minus 2x cancels out. 3y minus negative y is 3y plus y. So that is 4y. And then 20 minus negative 4 is 20 plus 4, so it equals 24. Divide by 4 on both sides, and y equals 6. Now, we take our y value and plug it into either one of those equations to solve for x. I'm going to use the bottom equation just because it is simpler, but you can use either. So 2x minus 6 equals negative 4. Add 6 to both sides. 2x equals 2. Divide by 2, and x equals 1. And our final answer is 1, 6. Let's look at another example. So in this example, if we look at the x values, we have a coefficient of negative 4 and a coefficient of 1. So those aren't the same, which means we can't immediately cancel those out. The y values have a positive 9 and a negative 3. Those also aren't the same, so we can't immediately cancel those out. In this situation, it means we have to multiply one or both of the equations by something. We can multiply the bottom one by 4 because it'll give us a 4x. And when we have a 4x, we can cancel the x's out. We could also multiply the bottom by 3 because that would give us a 9y, and we'd be able to cancel them out. I'm going to go with multiplying the bottom equation by 4. So we'll write our new equations over here. The bottom one is going to be 4 times x is 4x, 4 times negative 3y is negative 12y, and 4 times negative 6 is negative 24. The top equation stays the same. Negative 4x plus 9y equals 9. So now looking at our x values, the ones that we want to cancel out, am I going to add or subtract? Since these are opposite signs, negative 4x, I'll have to add 4x to get it to equal 0, or to get them to cancel out. So plus this equation. Negative 4x plus 4x cancels out. 9 plus negative 12y, or 9 minus 12y, is negative 3y. 9 plus negative 24 is negative 15. Divide both sides by negative 3, and we get y equals 5. Now we're going to take our y value and plug it back into one of our equations. I'm going to pick the bottom equation again. So x minus 3 times 5 equals negative 6. Solve the equation. X minus 15 equals negative 6. Add 15 to both sides, and x equals 9. So our final answer is 9, 5. Let's look at one more example. So this equation is a little different. If we look at our x coefficients, we have a 3 and a 5, which means we can't immediately cancel those out. And our y's are 2 and negative 3. We can't immediately cancel those out. So what's different about this equation is that we need to multiply both equations by something to be able to cancel out. I'm going to choose to cancel out the x's again, which means I'm going to have to multiply this one by 5 and this by 3. So I'm basically switching them, 5 and 3. So 5 and 3. And that will get me 15x for both equations so that I can cancel out the x values. So the top one, we get 15x plus 10y equals 70. And the bottom one is 15x minus 9y equals negative 6. Now looking at these, since the 15x's are both positive, I know I will need to subtract to cancel them out. So put our subtraction in parentheses and then subtract. 15 minus 15x cancels out. 10 minus negative is 10 plus 9. So we get positive 19y. And then 70 minus negative 6 is 70 plus 6. So we get 76. Divide both sides by 19 and we get 4. Now I plug my y value into one of these equations. I'm going to pick the top equation this time. So 3x plus 2 times 4 equals 14. 3x plus 8 equals 14. Subtract 8 from both sides and we get 3x equals 6. Divide by 3 and x equals 2. So our final answer is 2, 4. And that is solving systems of two equations using elimination. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more.